Good morning, everyone. I am Rocío Sánchez del Vaz from the University Carlos III de Madrid, and I'm very pleased to be here presenting a research paper that I have recently published with my colleagues Carlos Rodríguez Pérez from the Universidad de la Sabana and Jorge Tuñón Navarro from the University Carlos III de Madrid. This research is called From Fact-Checking to Debunking, the case of Election24Check during the 2024 European elections. So let's start. Then it's based on this research paper that has been published in 2025 in the journal Media and Communication. So I really encourage you to read it, and I'm going to explain you how this research was developed. In today's information disorder era, social media fuels hoaxes, conspiracy, and manipulations. Brexit exemplified how biased media coverage can distort public opinion, and political polarization amplifies during election, eroding trust in institutions. In this sense, during election cycles, polarization drives fact-checking organization to form consortiums, actually. This collaborative model enables efficiency and collective impact. While it cannot eliminate disinformation entirely, it helps mitigate its effects across national context. So, with this research, we wanted to analyze this information disseminated during the 2024 European Parliament election using a transnational collaborative verification project. This project was called Election24Check and is our case study. Election24Check is an initiative launched by the European Fact-Checking Standard Network, is a joint database accessed that we as researchers access it for research purposes, and is composed by fact-checking publication from all around Europe, all around different fact-checking organizations. With this research, what we wanted was to explore patterns, narrative, and cross-border coordination in European fact-checking efforts. So the research question of our study are the following ones. First, how much verified content directly related to the 2024 European elections? Did fact-checkers focus more on viral content or political discourse? Which topic of misinformation were the most frequently verified? And what type of disinformation was verified? What technique of misleading were used by the agents of disinformation? And what formats were used to create disinformation content? Our methodology approach is content analysis, a core method in communication studies. And we analyze precisely the fact checks published in this database of the EFCSN. Our objective basically was to assess the predominance of debunking over fact checking and identify themes, formats, typologies, and deceptive techniques. So the sample was 487 verified publications by 32 fact checkers across 28 countries. The time frame is 1 month, the 24th of May to the 24th of June 2024, covering 2 weeks before and after the EU election of 2024. The variables analysis were the type of content of the fact check, the relation to the EU politics, the topic, the format, the type of disinformation, and the deceptive technique. Then, the results that we found. The majority of the verified content was indirectly related to Europe, covering themes beyond specific European interest. Then content with direct connection to the EU matters was the minority. Examples of indirectly related content include public figures, conspiracy theories, and international conflicts. Also, there was a distinct prevalence of debunking faction, and the scrutiny of political statements or claim represented a smaller proportion. So statistical tests show that fact checks tend to be more associated with the European election that content classifies as a debunk. The topic and its relation relating to this, half of the content directly related to the election was associated with the topic European institutions, and verified information, disinformation about conflict had a significant higher indirect relation to the EU than expected. The type of disinformation, misleading content, was the majority category. The deceitful technique was false content, and the format that predominate was test among the verified disinformation pieces, followed by the video. The discussion from this results basically is that the project demonstrated a great effort by 32 fact-checking media outlets from 28 countries to collaborate in covering this information. Then also intended to combat political disinformation, the initiative dedicated a greater effort to verifying contextual issues indirectly related to EU politics rather than content directly involved in the elections. So this indicated disinformation agents use collateral false narratives to destabilize supranational elections. And this research also confirmed a shift in European fact-checking with the prevalence of debunking activity over scrutinizing public statements. This shift is partly explained by collaboration with big tech platforms like the third-party fact-checking programs of Meta. And this raises the question of whether fact-checkers will maintain a watchdog role or become an intermediary role for the tech platforms. Then let's see. The frequent verification also of contextual topics highlights how manipulation extends through alternative narratives designed to polarize the population and erode trust in official discourses. This link between prevalent debunking and indirect EU content may represent an inadequate alignment with the mission to fight electoral disinformation campaigns. Then, despite the concern over high-tech disinformation, the text formats remain dominant. Text-based disinformation is considered a low-tech method, often associated with bottom-up content, and making it faster to produce and relatively easy to fact-check. According to the strategy, content decontextualization is the principal deception technique. This is a very low research technique and is closely linked to the prevalent category of misleading content. About the limitation of this research, this study was based on fact checks from a closed database associated with the Elections24Check project, restricting the analysis only to publications submitted by affiliated EFTSM members. So this is one of the main limitations. And then the methodology is also very restricted. Triangulation, some interviews with key stakeholders who really improved the conclusions. And about the future research, these limitations suggest avenues for future investigations, such as applying the methodology to other electoral periods like the 2024 American elections. And with this is our research. We're very happy with this product, and I really encourage you to read it. Of course, do not hesitate to write me, or if you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, I will really appreciate those comments. And that's it. See you in another place. Goodbye.